Imagine my words as I take you on a journey through my telescope. The glorious Jupiter is shining high overhead. It is clear, even through a small telescope, that this enormous planet is surrounded by 4 moons and that its cloud bands alternate between light and dark. Another planet, not as luminous as Jupiter, is located not far to the east. This is Saturn. It appears to be a whole different item when viewed through a telescope, with its rings artfully angled as though a jeweler had placed it there. A dull, unattractive dot that seems to be slightly reddish is located slightly to one side of the rings. Our attention is focused on this dot, which is Saturn's moon, Titan, a moon that is as fascinating as any planet in the solar system. Welcome back to Theory of Science. Today we have for our dear viewers the fascinating and marvelous facts of Saturn's very own vibrant moon, Titan. Stay tuned with us as we embark on this telescope journey to learn and find science and more. Before we jump into the video, let me remind you to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon. We don't want you to miss out on our amazing content, and we know that you don't want to miss out either. So let's lead off. In many ways, Titan and Earth are quite similar, but they are also incredibly different. Like Earth, it features rivers, lakes, and seas, but the liquid that fills these bodies is made of hydrocarbons like methane and ethane rather than water. After years of anticipation, researchers now have access to images of this strange moon taken by the James Webb Space Telescope. In July of 1610, Galileo made his initial observations of Saturn. He must have been searching for satellites of Saturn after discovering 4 moons around Jupiter. However, he either missed Titan or failed to recognize it as a moon of Saturn. Galileo believed that the protrusions that he saw on either side of Saturn were moons of some sort, despite the fact that they clearly differed from Jupiter's moons in nature. Galileo struggled with this perplexity his whole life. He was unaware that his seemingly triple Saturn was actually a planet encircled by rings. A talented young Dutchman who would later establish himself as one of the finest scientists of the 17th century was finally given the honor of finding Saturn's largest moon. His discovery wasn't on accident, rather it was the result of a significant development in telescope construction. Thus, on March 25th of 1655, Christian Huygens made the discovery of the moon that is now known as Titan. A year later, in a booklet titled De Satumi Luna Observatio Nova, he made the discovery public. The existence of Titan was recognized, and its period of movement around Saturn would be roughly calculated. But for more than 200 years, that was essentially all that was known about Titan. The moons revolving around the planets of the solar system, including Titan, continued to exist as tiny points of light, stubbornly out of reach, even as more potent telescopes revealed previously unimaginable views of the universe as a whole. Astronomers primarily shifted their focus to other areas, forcing lunar studies to go through prolonged dark periods. Up before the Cassini mission, nothing was known about Titan, Saturn's largest moon, other than the fact that it was a planet the size of Mercury with a dense atmosphere rich in nitrogen covering its surface. However, Cassini radically rewrote our picture of this incredibly Earth-like planet by mapping Titan's surface, studying its atmospheric reactions, finding liquid oceans there, and even sending a probe to the moon's surface. After more than 100 carefully planned flybys of Titan by NASA's Cassini mission, the European Space Agency's Huygens probe made history by becoming the first spacecraft to touch down on an outer solar system planet. Huygens took photos of Titan's surface and measurements of Titan's atmosphere as it descended for 2.5 hours. The resilient probe not only made it through the drop and landing, but it also kept transmitting data on Titan's icy surface for over an hour before its batteries ran out. Since the momentous day in 2005, researchers from all over the world have combed through enormous amounts of Titan-related data that Huygens and Cassini transmitted to Earth. Many aspects of the remarkably Earth-like world have been revealed by the information gathered by the dynamic spacecraft pair, and intriguing new issues have been raised for further research. Titan has been discovered to be the only moon in the solar system to have a thick and dense atmosphere. NASA claims that its scientists have been waiting years to investigate Titan's atmosphere using Webb's infrared cameras in order to learn more about its weather patterns and gaseous composition. Titan is the only moon in our solar system with a significant atmosphere out of more than 150 moons that are known to exist. Titan, being the second largest moon in our solar system, is bigger than the planet Mercury. Ganymede, the moon of Jupiter that's only slightly bigger, making it the largest moon in the solar system. Titan's atmosphere is primarily composed of nitrogen, just like Earth's, but it has a surface pressure that is 50% higher. Titan has liquid hydrocarbons like methane and ethane in its rivers, lakes, seas, clouds, rain, and atmosphere. The greatest seas are hundreds of miles across and several hundred feet deep. More liquid, an ocean made of primarily water as opposed to methane, lies beneath Titan's thick water ice layer. Hello viewer, if you're still watching this video then don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on that bell icon so that you never miss another update whenever we post a new video. Thank you. Now let's get back onto the video. Here are some more fascinating facts about Titan. Titan revolves around Saturn, which is roughly 886 million miles or 1.4 billion kilometers around the Sun, or approximately 10 times further than the Earth does. It takes 16 days to orbit Saturn and complete one rotation because the same side of Titan constantly faces Saturn. It is an icy moon with a surface made of ice that is so hard that liquid water probably exists under the surface. Titan doesn't have a known moon, however it is possible that moons may have other moons. Titan doesn't have rings, although some of Saturn's moons do produce rings around the planet and some of them may have had rings in the past. While passing past Saturn, 3 other spacecrafts, the Pioneer 11, Voyagers 1 and 2, and Titan, studied the planet, but throughout the course of its 13-year orbit around Saturn, Cassini came close to Titan 127 times. A human could simply put on wings and fly through Titan's atmosphere while wearing a kind of spacesuit that could be produced using current technology because of the extremely high ratio of atmospheric density to surface gravity. Scientists have determined that a bright light in Titan's northern hemisphere is actually a sizable cloud by comparing various images taken by the telescope's NIR cam, or near-infrared sensor. Soon later, they noticed a second cloud. Cloud detection contributes to the accuracy of climatic computer models for Titan. The next step was to determine whether the clouds were moving or altering their shape, as this could provide crucial details on the airflow in Titan's atmosphere. The researchers asked for additional observations from Hawaii's Keck Observatory to do this. The clouds were still there, despite the scientists' fear that they might have vanished by the time they received the follow-up observations. Using Webb's NIR spec, or near-infrared spectrograph, which provides them access to many wavelengths that ground-based telescopes are unable to detect, astronomers have also gathered Titan's spectra. By analyzing this data, they can learn about a brilliant spot they have observed over the south pole of the moon and Titan's lowest atmosphere. Raindrops would fall more slowly on Titan than they would on Earth due to the planet's dense atmosphere and gravity that is similar to that of the moon. Scientists have predicted that the rain on Titan falls at roughly 3.5 miles per hour or 1.6 meters per second, which is about 6 times slower than Earth's rain, which falls at a rate of about 20 miles per hour or 9.2 meters per second. Raindrops from Titan can also get rather enormous. Raindrops on Earth can grow to a maximum diameter of 0.25 inches or 6.5 millimeters, whereas raindrops on Titan can grow to a maximum diameter of 0.37 inches or 9.5 millimeters. This is approximately 50% larger than an Earth raindrop. The USS Enterprise exits warp in Titan's atmosphere in order to sneak up to the Romulan ship invading Earth in the 2009 film Star Trek, which is what made Titan famous. Titan also made an appearance in Star Trek Nemesis, a movie, and a Star Trek The Next Generation episode. Titan appears in a number of different television programs and motion pictures, including Gattaca, Eureka, Futurama, and the renowned anime series Cowboy Bebop. Titan also appears in dozens of video games and various Marvel and DC comics, among others. Thus, since the discovery of Titan and the mysteries behind it, this moon, or rather this pseudo-planet, has continued to capture the minds of astrologists and scientists. The beauty and glory behind it have made Titan leave a mark in pop culture, and is a popular name among us as well. Well, with that, we have come to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring that bell below so that you don't miss out on any of our content, and also check out our channel for more interesting videos. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.